exhausted. Your mind stops being your friend. I was driving down the highway at 1 am to start a new life, but by 2 am, I realized I was not alone in the car. Can your brain actually create a ghost out of your pure stress? Therapist thinks so, but she was not there to see the man in the backseat of my car. I once had two life changing job interviews in Bangalore. At the time, I lived in Mumbai, working a job I hated. This was my big chance for a fresh start. The jobs were in a big office with a great pay and benefits. Plus, I was looking forward to a better weather. The plan was to work all day Thursday and then drive through the night to reach Bangalore by Friday morning. I could not afford a plane ticket, so I had to drive. My name is Azeem Pasha, and I was ready to change my life even if I was exhausted. I left Mumbai at 6 p.m. right after work. I stopped at home to grab my suitcase and say goodbye to my family and hit the road. It was long, 9 hours drive ahead of me. Around midnight, I was feeling the pressure. I had stayed up late the night before worrying about the interviews. I drank 3 cups of strong tea, but coffee and tea can only do so much when you are running on fumes. Suddenly, on the side of the highway, I saw a man. He was not walking or moving. He was just standing there in a sharp grey business suit. As my car passed him, I looked in the mirror. His head turned slowly, following my car with his eyes. What was that? I said out loud. My heart started to beat faster. Why would a man be standing in a suit in the middle of the nowhere at midnight? I thought about turning around to help, but I was too tired and confused. I made up stories in my head. Maybe he had a fight with his wife and got kicked out of the car. I used these stories to stay awake. 10 minutes later, I saw him again. Another man, or maybe the same one, was standing on the side of the road. He was also wearing a suit. He was just standing there, frozen. This time I slowed down. I pulled over the shoulder of the road to see if he needed a ride. But as my car came to stop, I looked into the rear view mirror and then turned my head around. The man was gone. He was vanished into the thin air. I did not wait. I hit the gas and got back on the road as fast as I could. My skin was crawling. I was losing my mind. I needed more caffeine. I stopped at small petrol pump and bought a coffee. I sat in my car in the parking lot trying to breathe. Then I saw him for the third time. He was standing under a bright light at the edge of the road. It was the same man. I saw his face clearly. He was middle aged, clean shaved, and no expressions at all. He was staring directly at my car. I did not even take a sip of coffee. I started the engine and drove away without looking back. I was only an hour away from Bangalore, but I felt I was going to die. I knew I could not drive anymore, so I pulled into the random place, empty parking lot to sleep for a bit. I lowered my seat and closed my eyes. Even though I was tired, I was terrified. Suddenly, I woke up with a jolt. I looked out the windows, nothing. I looked through the windshield, empty. Then I looked into the rear view mirror. For a split second, I saw a person sitting in my back seat. It was the man in the suit. I screamed at the top of my lungs. I threw the door open and fell out the car, crawling away on the ground. I kept screaming until I realized I was alone. I looked inside the car. The back seat was empty. My mind was playing tricks on me because I was so tired. My fear woke me up completely. I finished my coffee and finished the drive. I checked into my hotel at 5 am and fell onto the bed. The next morning, to my first interview at 11 am, I felt okay until the door opened. The interviewer walked in to meet me. I froze. He looked exactly like the man from the highway. Same face, same suit, same neutral look. I could not focus. I was nervous and shaky for the whole interview. I felt like I was living in a bad dream. Luckily, my second interview was with a woman. I did much better because the ghost was not there. I got the job and I still live in Bangalore today. My therapist told me that because I was so stressed about the men in suits, my tired brain turned into that fear into a hallucination. It makes sense, but I will never forget the night the man in the suit followed me to Bangalore. So guys, if you like this video, please like, comment and share. For more videos, subscribe my channel. Thank you. Jai Hind.